Really quickly about me, again, I'm Sasha. I'm the head of Canada and corporate strategy at Empower Financing. I studied my undergraduate degree at the University of Waterloo and my master's degree at Harvard. So I was an international student myself from Canada to the United States. And I'm here to answer any of your questions about Empower Financing and how we can help you to study in Canada. So let's talk now, why might you be interested in studying in Canada? So to start off with, Canada today has seen a tremendous growth in international student enrollment. Indian students in particular have grown by 40% every single year for the past 5 years. And right now, there are over 500,000 international students from every country studying in Canada. And you can see some photos of some of the Indian-related events that have taken place across Canada just in the past few years. Now, Canada is known. There are three main benefits for studying in Canada. Number one, we have very high quality schools, such as the University of Toronto, University of Waterloo, where I studied, and the University of British Columbia. Secondly, the visa process and the study permit process is extremely simple, especially when compared to some other countries that you might be considering studying in. You do not need to visit an embassy, and after you graduate from a Canadian school, you can very easily get a 3-year work permit, which, if you're interested, will help you eventually get permanent residency. That's like a green card, and maybe one day citizenship. That process is very straightforward in Canada compared to some other countries. And finally, Canadians have a reputation of compassion and tolerance. I'm Canadian myself, so pardon me for bragging a little bit about that. But generally what that means is that students from all over the world are able to comfortably make a home for themselves in Canada. And finally, today there are about 170,000 Indian students in Canada. That's actually more than any other country. It's even more than Chinese students, and it's grown by 7 times in the last 10 years. Most Canadian students are interested in fields like engineering and business and pharmacy, but really we support students who study basically every field you can imagine. On the right side, there are a couple of famous Canadian politicians I've named. These are all Canadian politicians of Indian descent, and actually these are all individuals of Sikh descent. I went even narrower, which just goes ahead and shows the diversity and the cultural acceptance that Canada shows, particularly for Indian students and Indian immigrants.